Well, I know people aren't going to want to hear this, but it's pretty simple. Bo Nix was better than Patrick Mahomes today, and there is no debating that. Patrick Mahomes did exactly what we said all week he couldn't do, and that was try to play hero ball. This game was lost when Patrick Mahomes threw that interception at the 10-yard line. It took points off the board for the Kansas City Chiefs. Instead of being +3 on that drive, they ended up giving 7. They were -7. It ended up being essentially a 10-point swing in that game. If Patrick Mahomes doesn't throw that interception at the 10-yard line, Butker probably makes that field goal, and this thing is tied, and maybe we're going to overtime. Of course, Butker misses the extra point as well, which would have given them the opportunity to win the game. This is what we talk about when we say stars need to be stars. Chris Jones was awesome tonight. Travis Kelce was awesome tonight. Harrison Butker missed a key extra point, but Patrick Mahomes turned the ball over when he didn't need to turn the football over. Bo Nix outplayed Patrick Mahomes tonight, and now we're looking at a 5-5 football team, and a lot of people are wondering, is this team going to make the playoffs? Because as far as I'm concerned right now, this division's over. Chiefs got a lot of work to do. We'll talk about it on Monday morning.
The Kansas City Chiefs walked into their long-awaited matchup against the Denver Broncos with hope still alive, even if fragile. But the night ended in stunned silence for many fans, a painful sense of disappointment for the players, and an unexpected explosion of emotion from within the organization. No one predicted how heavy the aftermath would feel, not after a rivalry game, not after weeks of tension, and certainly not after years of Kansas City dominance. Yet this loss hit differently. Shortly after the final whistle, a Chiefs staff member dressed proudly in the team's bright red with the Kansas City logo across his chest recorded a message that immediately gained traction online. His voice carried the weight of frustration that had clearly been building for weeks. Every word came with the sharpness of someone who believed the game had slipped away unnecessarily and that the reason was painfully obvious. The staff member expressed deep irritation toward Patrick Mahomes' decision-making during the game. He emphasized that Mahomes had attempted to play the hero once again, trying for a spectacular moment when the team needed calm, simple execution. He mentioned that the coaching staff had discussed this exact issue before the game began, reminding Mahomes that he didn't need to take the biggest risks every time he touched the ball. "We told him this in pregame," the coach insisted angrily. "You don't have to be a hero every Sunday." But he wanted that moment, and it cost us. It cost us big. His words were harsh, emotional, and raw, reflecting a night where the Chiefs didn't just lose a game, but potentially their shot at the postseason.
It definitely does. I think the biggest thing you see really quickly is just there's no guarantee they make the playoffs, and that's crazy to think about. Jacksonville winning today was concerning because now it was okay if Kansas City won this game today. Not only does Denver come back a game, but the Chargers lost to Jacksonville. So then you're like, okay, they picked up a game on both teams, and they also still end up playing the Chargers. So you're like, okay, that's not that concerning fully, and with Denver, the whole situation. But now that they lost, they're chasing Jacksonville. The division is most likely gone, and if they get that, then things change dramatically.
It was one of the rare times internal frustration spilled so loudly into the public eye. For many fans, the blow was devastating. The idea that Kansas City, one of the most feared teams in recent NFL history, might miss the playoffs felt unreal. But the loss to the Broncos made the possibility painfully real. Missing the playoffs isn't just a missed opportunity. It represents a season cut short, a failure to secure one of the limited postseason spots where teams compete for the Super Bowl. For the Chiefs, who have made deep playoff runs almost every year, the thought of sitting at home in January feels almost impossible to imagine.
Just having an opportunity at the end of the game and not coming through, getting the ball back with 4 minutes, and all you need is a field goal is a spot that we've been in a lot, and we've been able to do that. But obviously the first play, I tried to get a completion to Trav, but probably should just hang in there, and I think Hollywood would have opened up down the field. So just being better in that scenario. There's hit things here and there, but I think that's the biggest one. That's what you want. You want to get that opportunity at the end of the game, and we didn't. I didn't come through.
Yet tonight's defeat put that scenario on the table. Inside the locker room, however, the tone was strikingly different. While emotions raged outside, Travis Kelce took the opposite approach. Fresh off another exceptional performance, Kelsey addressed reporters with maturity and steadiness. He didn't feed into the anger. Nor did he blame any teammate, even when repeatedly asked pointed questions about Mahomes' performance. Instead, he brought calm. "These things happen," Travis Kelce said, gently but firmly. His eyes carried the seriousness of the moment, yet his voice remained composed. "It's football. Mistakes happen. We've all been there. What matters now is how we move forward. We're not going to sit here and blame each other. We're going to regroup and focus on what's next." His comments immediately shifted the narrative from blame to unity. Even as frustration circulated on social media with thousands of fans insisting the Chiefs were done for the season, Kelce positioned himself as a stabilizing force, refusing to let negativity destroy team morale. His presence reminded everyone why he is considered the emotional anchor of the franchise. But the night wasn't complete without hearing from the man at the center of the criticism, Patrick Mahomes himself. After taking a few minutes to compose himself, Mahomes finally stepped in front of the media. Unlike the defensive or dismissive tone some expected, he walked in with clear humility. His expression said everything. He knew the loss was painful. He knew the criticism was loud. And he knew the responsibility was partly on his shoulders. Mahomes didn't shy away from the truth. "I know I made mistakes tonight," he admitted, his voice steady but filled with regret. "I tried to make something happen when I shouldn't have, and that's on me. I've got to do better. I know that. I owe that to the guys in this locker room." It was a simple acknowledgement, but it carried enormous weight. Mahomes didn't try to shift blame, didn't challenge the narrative, and didn't attempt to minimize the impact. Instead, he owned it, something great leaders do even when the pressure is overwhelming. He continued, "We still have games ahead of us. The season's not over. We've got to fight. We've got to correct things. And I'm going to correct my part. We'll see what's next, and we're going to give everything we have." His accountability, combined with Kelsey's calm leadership, offered fans a different perspective from the anger spreading online. This wasn't a broken team. This wasn't a group falling apart. It was a team facing adversity, one of the first times in years, and confronting it head on. Still, the emotions surrounding the loss were undeniable. Many fans believed the Chiefs' playoff hopes had slipped out of reach, which led to heated debates across the NFL community. But the one message that persisted through all of the noise was the one that mattered most. This is not the end, not yet. The Chiefs still have a path forward, a difficult one, but a path nonetheless. And as Travis Kelce reminded everyone in the locker room, football is about resilience. It's about pushing forward even when the world doubts you. "We'll keep going," he said, closing his interview with quiet determination. That's what this team does. We keep pushing. With Mahomes owning his mistakes, Kelce holding the team emotionally together, and the franchise facing one of its toughest moments in years, the story of the 2025 Kansas City Chiefs is far from finished. What happens next will define not just their season, but their legacy. Whether they reach the playoffs or fall short, tonight proved one thing clearly. This team still has leaders who refuse to give up. And sometimes that is exactly where a comeback begins.